What is going on, everybody? Darrell, the Whiskey Saint, back on another Whiskey Wednesday, guys. And we're going to be getting back into some blinds. Got my butt whooped a couple weeks ago on Dusty Dan's, so I gotta freshen up those skills, man. Gotta get back on track, get the senses right, get the nose working, get the palate working. So what better way to do it than, dive into something blind with you guys here, see if I can maybe pick apart the whiskey. Hopefully the stats are on whatever whiskey I do pull, guys. But if you're new to our channel, hit that like and subscribe. We're about to kick the show off. Cheers. Welcome back, guys. With no further ado, I know you guys seen a bunch of these. Got my handy dandy box over here. We're about to dive into something just blind. So I'm going to hold this up, grab something out. Hopefully it's something tasty. So we're going to go with whatever this one is here. Hopefully it's a full sample. It feels pretty full, guys. We're going to put this back and turn my head. Let me see. Yeah, it feels pretty full. So make sure the label's facing forward. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'll rotate it a bit both ways and cover that up and dive in. Actually, it looks pretty full. Cool. Looks like it has a decent amount of color too. So that doesn't scare me off right away. And we're going to throw this sample, guys, without looking into our, if you can see it, Mr. Marty, Whiskey Nose, throwing that into his Glen. And we'll pull this out towards the end to see how close I was. Spin this up. Yeah, but look at that. Like, that's got some great color, guys. It's really dark. Coming out of that M&J Summer Jam Kenzie. Beautiful, beautiful glass. Cheers, guys. Let's get on the nose and see how this goes. Cheers. Okay. So I'm thinking bourbon straight away versus rye for me. Not really getting any rye notes. It's not really bright. It's really dark, but slightly muted. As dark as this is, I thought it would have had maybe like a heavy barrel influence to make me able to go off like a couple notes relatively easy, but it's slightly muted. Getting a little bit more. So it is opening up a bit. Like it's getting a little brighter. Like at first it was just all dark and just like nothing really there, but I'm pulling a couple notes. You do get some of that oak there. It's a bit of citrus. Nothing crazy. But it is a little brighter than it was originally. Enough on the nose. We're going to dive in for a taste, and we'll get back on the nose after to see if maybe it opens up. Cheers, everybody. Whoa. Okay. So that was not what I was expecting, guys. So that right there, wow, it almost came across as like almost like a scotch, but a high proof scotch with like some like mixed dark berry notes in there, which is weird. Like I've had similar experiences with King County with like their dark like berry spiciness. So this brings me down that realm, but something about it just made me think like a scotch, but I don't know if I've had a scotch like this and at this color. Let's go in for another sip, but like right off the initial impression makes me think like something out of like Kings County, one of their single barrels or something, guys. Because this is a very, very unique profile. Like I can probably count on one hand how many times I've had a similar experience to this. And it's been with New Holland. It's been with the Kings County that I was just referencing. And there was a bottle that Copperwolf Ryan sent me. Oh, and I forgot where it was from. I reviewed it too with you guys. And that gave me some of these dark berry vibes that made me think the realm of uh, Kings County, and it wasn't Kings County. But let's go in for another taste, guys. Actually, let's go in the nose really quick. Yeah, it I don't know what the mash bill is on this. Hopefully I know by looking at whatever it is once I reveal that I can kind of get an idea if I know the distillery. But this just comes across malty to me, which yeah, it came across as a scotch, but I don't think this is a scotch. I haven't had many scotch samples sent to me for one, and maybe I'm just weighing the odds, you know what I mean, and playing the statistics over here. But I don't know how many are probably left in that box over there, to be honest. And I should probably just kind of take that out of my head and just literally focus in on it blind, because it may very well be a scotch, right? But let's go in for another taste and just see if I pick off anything different. That's actually really good. It's something about that mid and that back. As soon as like this hits your mouth, you know it's going to be something that's like barrel proof. Like it starts making your tongue tingle before you even swallow it. So I knew upon that first sip, guys, a couple minutes ago, that this was something that was higher proof. Like hopefully the stats are on this sample, but we'll try to guess distillery. Like my radar is going off at Kings County, because I haven't, like I said, had many distilleries that gave me this type of experience on the mouthfeel in terms of certain notes. And it's always like that super dark berry, like it's a blackberry spice flavor punch. And I've gotten that on every single Kings County cash strength of barrel proof, whatever they are, that I've seen, like all their single barrels. I've had that same exact note on every single one of them. And that's what I'm getting on this. I know they're typically not too old. I'm not sure if the age is on there, guys, but I would think based off of, and I'm probably going all in, if I'm basing off of Kings County, I'm looking at maybe a 5 to 6 year old pick. I would just say hedge it at maybe 6 years old. I would go New York as the state of distillation. In terms of proof, guys, I will say bourbon. I'd be very surprised if it's not. The only thing I think it would potentially be outside of a bourbon is maybe some crazy scotch that might have been finished. But one more sip, and we're going to see what we were drinking, guys. Pretty exciting. Yeah, it has a lot of malt. And I don't know if that's the actual mash bill. Hopefully there's some malt in it, but like I'm picking up what I typically get off of a high proof single malt. Like it's dark, berry, raisiny, proofy. The oak kind of hides behind all that, which is nice. It doesn't really come across young to me, nor does it come across really old, but it's just saturated with flavor. Like you are not missing out on any of the flavor on here, guys. Like that is just like sticking. It's really, really nice. Right off the top of the head, if I was reviewing this, I would think it would probably score in the 80s for us, or for me, maybe like 83, 84 in that range. Like it's nothing that's like, oh my God, you need to go get it. But it's a pretty good whiskey. It's a actually it's a really nice whiskey. I'll put it over that average good. This is nice, and I enjoy that literally the whole mouth experience, front, mid, back. So much flavor. Intensifies on the mid and the back. The finish is nice. If I had to guess proof, guys, I'm probably thinking just say 127 proof. I went with New York as the state of distillation. I'm going with Kings County. I'm all in on Kings County, a 5 to 6 year old bourbon. What were we drinking, guys? Let's take a peek. Oh, wow. So way off on proof. God, way off on like everything. Spirits of French Lick, Old Clifty, Apple Brandy. I'm pretty certain this was a bourbon from Mr. Todd Ritter. Holy crap. So this does not drink like it's 147.9 proof, guys. Holy moly. I know this stuff is probably in that range of age that I was stating, around that 4 to 6. I'm pretty certain that this is a bourbon. I'm almost 100% certain this is a bourbon. Spirit of French Lick, I don't know where they are. I know it's not New York, so I went ahead, got that, guys. But, here's to say, right? We were talking about that specific, like, dark berry note. Here is another bottle that just gives me that. So, in the future, and that's what I like about something like this, right? Like, there's certain notes that trigger certain memories for me. And this is going to be one of them, right? The Kings County did it. That bottle that Ryan sent me, which, I have to dig for and see what that was. The New Holland, and now this Spirits of French Lick give me that specific, like, dark berry note that I've never got on any other whiskey that I've had, right? Like, and I say dark berry, that's a little vague, but it's just a certain profile on that dark berryness that I've gotten on all 4 of those distilleries, right? Which narrows it down if I ever taste something that reminds me of this, right? So that's like what's been key for me, trying to like call out bottles. Like, I may have missed like some aspects of some blinds, but I'll tell you, like, the last 4 or 5 blinds that I have bottle called the bottle every single time, and it's all due to trying to remember like certain aspects of the whiskey at certain points, right? Being able to pinpoint that reminder, like, oh, this was this was that, and that's what's been helping me a bit. But this is very, very interesting. Thank you, Todd. Spirits of French Lick, Old Clifty, Apple Brandy. It doesn't say bourbon, but like I said, guys, I'm pretty certain it's a bourbon. So I probably would have just got points on bourbon, guys. I said 127 proof. This does not drink like it's almost 150 proof. Holy crap. But I did say the mid and the finish lights you up, and all those flavors just sit there, which could be due to that proof, or not could be. It is due to that proof. Let's take another sip, guys, and we're going to end this off. Yeah, there's no way that I would have thought this was 147.9 proof. Like, it does drink hot. I probably could have said maybe in the 130s, but I would have never in a million years, guys, thought that it was as high as it was. This is tasty. That says a lot for Spirits of French Lick. They are craft. They're putting out some good stuff, man. Like, this doesn't really come across, like I said, really young nor old, but that happy medium with tons and tons of flavor. And I'm pretty certain Jeff and Kelsey got this sample as well from Todd. So I'm very, very curious, guys, what you guys thought of this, if you had it. If not, I think you got to pull it out and just give it a go and let me know what you think. Like I said, I'm really curious. Like, this is nice. This is nice. Thank you, Todd. And thank you guys for sticking with me. We're going to end this show off. Cheers.
Jeff, just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me, but you have these whiskey friends.